What's good, YouTube? We got It's Complicated in the building today. Blame society. Without further ado, it's gonna be in the description as always. Y'all like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna get straight to it.
Can you define accountability?
Taking responsibility
for your own actions.
Yes, whether you lie or tell the truth, it's all about just being honest with your partner.
Accountability to me is just taking responsibility for your own actions, making sure that you, like, when you say you're gonna do something or you say like something is important to you, that you follow up on those things.
Accountability is when I say I'm going to do something that I'm following through. Accountability is follow through to me.
Who takes more accountability, men or women, and why?
Women.
Why?
Men try to hide shit because they feel like they're gonna scare their women.
And why?
Women.
Why?
I missed that question.
Following through. Accountability is follow through to me.
Who takes more accountability, men or women, and why?
Women.
Hell no. Hell no. Fuck no. No. Y'all not starting this episode with lying. No, the fuck y'all do not, bro. No, y'all don't. And hiding shit don't mean you not taking accountability. Dudes will still fess up more. Take accountability is just being responsible for your actions, bro. It ain't got shit to do with lying.
Why?
Men try to hide shit because they feel like they're gonna scare their women away or hurt them in some way. I've had a lot.
Shit, accountability scares women away when it's their shit, bro. I can't tell you how many times it's been situations where like a female get exposed with some shit, not like news or nothing, but like exposed for something she's done, and then instead she just runs away or she tries to dodge the question or she deflects, bro. Women know how to, like, bro. No, women do not take accountability, bro.
Guys tell me they're gonna do something and it doesn't happen.
I'm gonna say, I guess men.
That doesn't involve accountability. I would just say that he's not a man of his word. He's just dishonest, if anything. But that ain't accountable.
No, I guess women. Why? I don't know. I feel like women are more emotionally intelligent. Definitely understand like their emotions and things that they care about a little bit more than men.
I think men, because they have to work more, and so like they have a lot more going on in their head, so they have a lot more they have to like take accountability for and responsibility, and they don't really argue much, at least from what I've seen.
What was the last mistake you took accountability for?
I blamed my boyfriend, and I take accountability for blaming him. So just now.
When was the last time you...
What? What did you even blame him for? The fuck is she talking about? That right there just sounds like a deflection, because you ain't even telling what you blamed him for. What did you blame him for? Something you did? That's not taking accountability.
Apologized.
I'm sorry.
When was the last time you apologized?
I'm sorry?
Okay.
I always take part in any problem, regardless. Even if someone did something to me, I always take my part of the blame. Is like I put myself in the situation, And I feel like that's the only way we learn how to grow is by taking accountability for everything. It takes two for everything.
When someone commits a crime, do you blame the criminal or do you blame society?
The criminal. You can always make your own decisions at the end of the day.
Both. It's nature and nurture. The way you were raised, your mindset, your own individual actions. I think all of that matters. I don't think they're mutually exclusive.
It do, but at the same time, you still make your own choices. Like, everybody that grows up in bad conditions don't do bad shit. It's at the end of the day, it's your choice.
If they're impoverished and it led to them stealing food, then I don't blame them for their crime. I blame society because of the system that we have, and capitalism has failed them. Whereas if they were to murder somebody, then that's a different story.
I blame society because I feel like society, in a way, they cause the criminal to be a criminal. I mean, a criminal doesn't become a criminal overnight. Something must have occurred in their lives that would make them do crimes, make them want to do something.
So if a guy
No, that's facts. That's facts. That's facts. A lot of people don't really get into stealing unless they don't have shit at home. Um, Once you get into them bigger crimes like or textual assault or rape, then it's like nah, they made their own decisions. They ain't got shit to do with how you was raised. That you're not supposed to do that, hands down, from since birth. So it's no excuses other than you just wanted to do what you wanted to do.
Cheats, can he blame society?
No, if a guy cheats, then he should be
So
responsible.
how is that different than a criminal? I mean, if someone does wrong, why are you more likely to blame society than blame the individual?
Because for society it takes up over time. Usually, a criminal, in my opinion, it doesn't happen overnight. Like I said.
Well, if a guy cheats, why can't he just blame hookup culture?
I mean, like he could.
I mean, he could, but that don't mean it's true or that it's right.
But then, like, how long would that occur? Like, how
Well,
long?
okay, if a guy cheats, can he blame society or hookup culture?
Absolutely not. I don't even have to finish hearing the rest of that. If a guy cheats, he cannot blame society. You've made that choice, and that's where the accountability comes in. So if you make a choice to commit to somebody, you make a choice to commit and follow through. If you're ready to step out the door, you can make that choice to be respectful and to say, hey, you know what? I respect you enough and I love you enough that this isn't going to work out as a monogamous relationship. I've got to go elsewhere.
Why is it when a man cheats, he's a cheater, but when a woman cheats,
Let's be serious about that though. Women always say, "Well, why don't you just leave?" But then when you try to leave, like if you've been in that position where you literally tried to leave a female because you weren't happy there, but she's in love with you, she's not letting you go, bro. Like they can say that all they want to, but we all know how it really go.
it's because she's not satisfied?
If you cheat, you're a cheater. If you're a man or a woman.
I mean, isn't a man not satisfied when he's cheating?
I mean, like it's not black or white, but it has been statistically proven that women cheat for
Is
different.
she supposed to be light skinned or is she like? I'm assuming she's light skinned. She's definitely yellow, but then her face looks kind of pale. If she's albino, well, no, she can't be albino. She can't be albino because her skin right here wouldn't be that. I'm gonna just say she light skinned.
Reasons as opposed to men. For men, it's more like sexual gratification, and for women, it's more like emotional gratification. But both are not true and not honest with each other, and that's really what matters. Just, I guess, like communication in general.
Is it possible to have equality without equal accountability?
Oh, no. Yeah, no.
How can men and women ever be equal if relationships have double standards?
I would say it's impossible.
That's a
But I mean, depending on what the double standards is, but there's always gonna be double standards between the genders. There's just shit that one gender can get away with, the other cannot. With certain things, certain things is just female exclusive. Certain things is male exclusive. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. It's not a written rule, but we all know that there's certain things that only the gender specific. You know what I'm saying?
tough thing because, I mean, our society is built off of we live in a patriarchal society where men have ruled for a really long time, so it's really hard to.
If society's so patriarchal, why do men get the shitty end of the stick majority of the time? Wouldn't it want to benefit men more if it was truly patriarchal? Just because there's men in the office does not mean it's for all men in the world. Come on, bro. Come on, dude.
Do that because double standards were created in our society by men.
Why is it when men do wrong, it's men's fault, but when women do wrong, it's society's fault?
I think women just try to put
Which they make up a big part of, which is crazy.
blame on other people.
It's literally more of them than us. So yeah, what? You're a society, bro. There's more of y'all than it is of us. So if anything, you rule society right now. What the fuck?
That's something that like I find myself working on a lot because I do see it a lot in the world.
What are women exclusively held accountable for?
Oh, I'm not exclusively held accountable for just women? I'm not sure. I can't.
There's nothing that women have truly been fully held accountable for where they just had to sit and deal with shit. Like, they're gonna get help some way, shape, form, whether it's from friends, family, males, like online. Like, they're gonna get some type of, grace. As with dudes, we got no choice but to face our shit, bro. At some point.
Have anything.
Can you think of any problems in society that aren't blamed on men?
Mm,
What are women exclusively held accountable for?
Nothing exclusively held accountable for. I guess keeping their shirts on.
That's a good question. I really have.
What, bro? What? Keeping their shirts on? That's what they held accountable for? I can't tell you. I don't even remember the last time I've seen a bra with these women, so I don't know what the fuck he talking about.
No answer for that. I think we're not really held accountable for anything, and everything gets blamed on men.
Can you think of any problems in society that aren't blamed on men?
I mean, women can't blame men for like periods and stuff.
Okay.
That aren't blamed on men? I mean, I'm sure tons, but like at the end of the day, like this society was kind of founded and built by men, so I feel like they should take accountability. Like this is the society that you built.
Why would we expect men to have emotional well-being in a society that always blames men?
I don't think anybody cares about men having a good emotional well-being, and that's the main thing. Like nobody cares.
If men are blamed for building society, why are they never credited for anything good in society?
Because it's expected.
What determines which problems you blame others for versus problems you blame yourself for?
So you would blame others for situations where.
I'm sorry, but god damn, she holding back there. Her right here. This woman right here. All right, back to what we was watching.
Misled, and you blame yourself for something which you did on your own with no influence whatsoever.
Is it fair for a woman to blame society for the consequences of her own personal choices, like having a baby or choosing a career that over-sexualizes her body?
Definitely not.
like I'm a webcam model. And so something that I do is sexualizing my body, but I'm not ever going to blame somebody else for sexualizing me when I've put myself out there.
Why is it when
She needs to make a fucking worldwide announcement to all sex workers, bro, because god damn. They will fight tooth and nail to just never be sexualized as if it's not your fucking job. Sex work. All the work you're doing is sexualization. What the fuck are you expecting? Anyway.
women are called out on their bad behavior, they often blame society or how they were raised. But when men are called out, they're more likely to be held accountable.
Because it's an easy out for women to do that, to blame others. But at the end of the day, it's your own decisions.
Because it's too easy for women. They're effeminate. They can cry. All they do is cry, and they're like, okay, well, you guys are wrong. It doesn't matter if they're in the wrong. I've seen chicks cheat, and then they'll cry, and their guys will take them back. And I'm like, she cheated on you.
I don't think that men are held accountable as often as they should. But again, that's past experiences. But I think that because of the whole Me Too movement, it's so easy for women to fall back on that as an excuse. It's not necessarily that they shouldn't be held accountable for their own actions. It's more so that the media's made it really easy for them to use it as a scapegoat.
I think there's harsher punishment on women for a lot of these reasons, and also society has been built to sustain men.
What punishment is she should have went into detail, because what punishments is she talking about? Shit. Let me know. I never heard of them.
Cisgender men, straight white men. So it's they can be called out on certain things, but it's not as harsh punishment as women or black women.
If women can blame all their shortcomings on patriarchy and internalized misogyny,
we're not gonna go into the racial stuff. No, this ain't the place.
Does that
Black History Month just wrapped up? We not doing that.
absolve them from all personal responsibility?
No, they think it does, but it shouldn't.
It doesn't absolve them of personal responsibility because ultimately it's their responsibility to do good things for themselves. But yes, I think it's important to at least acknowledge that misogyny and living in a patriarchal society, that they are at a place of disadvantage.
If you check the Forbes billionaires list, the Real Times billionaires list, it's probably 100 women and like 3,000 dudes.
Why are women more concerned with the ratio of male to female CEOs as opposed to the ratio of lower paid, dangerous, dirty jobs done mostly by men?
Because they're less willing to do those dangerous, dirty jobs and they want the CEO money.
How do you personally decide?
I was gonna say they don't even care about them guys in the first place. How many women you know is really chasing after construction worker right now? They're not. They want the fast money or the niggas that got the loan money. There's no in between. And middle class, hardworking dudes don't fit either category, like at all. Like they make decent bread, of course, but then once you get like dependents and shit involved, that's when money gets kind of tough, unless you like, level up in your craft or whatever. And I'm a welder, so I know firsthand. Like we make decent money if we living by ourselves, but then when you got shit to do and people to take care of and outside stuff, it's like things start to get a little tight. Then you might have to figure out something else on the side. But the CEOs and the other motherfuckers, they getting it easy, or they already got the setup going. So now we playing catch up for real, for real.
Social
and
pressures
doing more work than most people.
conform to and which ones you reject?
What? I mean, depends on your religion, your culture, your environment, your family.
I feel like as a parent, I have teenagers, and I think that's a double-edged sword, right? There's things that we need to conform to that everyone wants to fit in. Everyone wants to be loved. Everyone wants to be accepted. But there are things that when you have certain standards, they might not necessarily be the cool thing or the end thing for everyone else out there. And so I decide on how it makes me feel. Is it something that is going to build me up and make me a better individual if I do it? Is it something that is going to hurt somebody? If it is going to hurt somebody, I don't do it. Like, try to think of other people when I am choosing my choices.
Who is more likely to care what society thinks, men or women?
Women, for sure.
Who's more likely to follow trends?
Women.
Why would women care what society thinks if we're living in a world that oppresses them?
We're not living in a world that oppresses women, quite the opposite, in fact.
Holy shit. Holy shit. A woman that says y'all not oppressed? Y'all better get on her ass. Not just playing.
Women don't care. Not at this point. In 2023, where we at? 2020, women don't give a damn about stuff. We got BBLs, we got sex workers, we got everything. They're winning. They're winning.
Why do people think that all men are still controlling the world just because there are a few men at the top of the food chain?
Definitely not a few.
Not even that. It's just that most of the politicians are men, so they just assume that men rule the fucking world. It's like, no, bro. There's select people put in place, and more than likely it's men because men get into politics. It's not that many women in politics. You want to change that? Get the fuck into politics.
It's like up
Shout out to Kamala. At least she trying. Hillary Clinton. At least they trying to get into the politics. What are y'all doing? Just complaining.
90% of like CEOs and business owners and elites are all men, and they let very few women in, very few other demographics. So I mean, statistically proven.
Again, y'all aren't trying. How many women are trying to get into politics? For real, for real. I don't know about y'all, but I don't know too many women running for president. Congress, any of that shit. It's a couple that's probably mayors or governors, but for the top, like the real positions in politics, I don't see too many of them. You don't see too many of them. So that's not on us. It just means y'all not going there. It's the same with higher paying jobs. Y'all saying it's a wage gap, but then y'all don't want to do the job, do what's required of those high paying jobs. I mean, you get what you asked for.
That statement was fucking true, and then it would just be like a mindset, right? But glass ceilings.
Could it ever be possible for women to hold too much power in society?
Oh, absolutely. I've worked in environments where it was all female management, and it was a terrible situation because women are catty, and yeah, it would be awful.
Yeah, it's possible for anybody. I mean, like, kingdoms fall, kingdoms rise and they fall, and it's gone to show like over and over again, and this one will fall as well. Maybe the next time it'll be the women, and we'll be the ones to blame.
How is it possible to hold somebody accountable when they can always play the victim?
You can't. Well. I mean, you got laws in play, you know, to a certain extent, you know.
You can't always play the victim. Like, you still have to take responsibility for your own actions. And there's a lot of situations where it is like one person as opposed to multiple, so there's no reason for them to be victimized.
If we're all victims of society, then why should anyone be held accountable for their actions, including men?
I'm a man hater. These are not questions for me.
Why are you a man hater? A lot of women today are
At least she can admit it.
a lot of women hate men today, right?
Because they all cheat. They all lie. They all do you dirty, go behind your back.
Okay.
Y'all fucking the same dudes. Like, y'all go for it and fucking the same dudes. Like, I don't know.
What if I said that all women are gold diggers? Would that be okay?
Oh, I mean, a lot of them are. I can't disagree with you.
So then why is it more socially acceptable for women to hate men than it is for men to hate women?
I wouldn't say it's more socially acceptable. I would say, I don't know. If men hate women, I don't give a fuck.
I mean,
I'm not really big on a lot of the things that are going on in the actual world today. You know, I live in my own little world, and I think that more people should just worry about what they're doing and not like what everyone else is doing. And they should take accountability for things, except for me, you know, because I know everything. So.
For people who say that's just how I was raised, if someone is raised to be racist or homophobic, is that a valid excuse?
Valid excuse to be that?
Yeah.
I mean, you could be racist if you want. You could be homophobic if you want. I mean, it's your right to, as long as you're not making doing any hate crimes and stuff. I don't think it's a good thing. You got your freedom of speech, freedom of expression, but it's not a good excuse to be an a-hole, you know.
To a certain age, before they're able to form their own opinions and educate themselves otherwise. But once they're old enough to know better, then no, it's definitely not an excuse.
We're all raised different ways, right? But as you learn and you grow as an individual, once you learn that that's not okay, you have that responsibility. Ignorance is bliss, right? But you can't claim ignorance as a defense for being an idiot.
True shit. Shout out to ItsComplicated. That's Blame Society. Interesting points. Some points didn't make sense, and some was just talking out their ass. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments, man. Let's get some convos going. I just, me personally, when I deal with women, I try to hold them as accountable as possible. But like I said earlier, they're gonna get saved at some point anyway. So it's like, it's almost like it's a waste of time. But at least when they deal with you, they know they have to be accountable for their shit. So that's just up to you and the type of nigga you want to be. Anyways, bro, y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit the noti bell and all that good stuff, bro. I'm out of here. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Peace.